And then there were 4. Oh, yes, or at least at the time I am doing this, there are 4. Just a reminder, of course, how the rules of the Conservative Party game are going to go. The candidates, in order to run, have to have 10 MPs on their signature paper, backing them by 2:30 on Monday. So by then, we will know who the candidates are. And at this moment in time, there are 4. So obviously, we'll go through in order. First of all, immediately out of the gate, even before it was officially announced you could actually stand, we got James Cleverly, who has, I keep on saying this, but he's put forward this pitch that he is this man for all seasons. He is everything to everyone. And by doing so, he will be nothing to anyone. This approach has been tried to death before in the party, because sooner or later you have to side with someone. This is how fractional the Tory party has become. Like, they are so fractional that if you do not side with anyone, then they will both of the or all the different factions will go, well, clearly you're not on our side, and then they'll go for him. And it was brought up to me, as someone said yesterday in another video about this, because I had said that it wouldn't surprise me if by the next, of course, general election, we've maybe had even 2 or even 3 Tory leadership contests. Because remember, past Tory leadership contests, when they had that massive majority, they needed 55, 58 letters. So that was a quite substantial amount of letters that had to be sent into the 1922 committee. Now remember, Tory party is a lot smaller now. And according to the rules of the 1922 committee, it's only going to take 19 letters. 19 letters. Think about in the past about some of the factions that have sprung up and been unable to mount a leadership contest because they were so small. And like I say, everyone was so fractious, no one really wanted to sort of back them in some of these plays. But because they will be so small, because they will be engaging in so much infighting, so much of this stuff, these small factions will be able to threaten a leadership contest. And then someone like James Cleverly will have to fold. He will fold on one side, and then guess what? You annoy all the other factions, and they will go, okay, leadership contest, because we ain't having you. So, yeah. So that's James Cleverly's position, but it's the same for all of them. By the way, this criticism, this problem that they are going to have to sort of really deal with, this factional and this infighting. Some of them are. I'm actually surprised. All 4 candidates have acknowledged the problem of infighting in this, and that they've got to stop infighting. Bear in mind, past Tory leaders have been saying that for years, and it hasn't stopped the infighting. Boris Johnson only did because he kicked out a vast swathe of moderates. So, and even then, towards the end of his tenure, there was infighting starting to emerge. So, this infighting has not gone away in this. But anyway, that's James Cleverly's pitch. And then, of course, you've got Tom Tugendhat, who, again, another centrist, sort of him and Cleverly are certainly the centrists in this. We know that the Penny Mordaunt lot have really decided to go back him in this campaign. So I think he's got a lot of support in this. And like I say, we'll find out on Monday how many MPs are backing these people. Expect some of them to be declaring more than 10. expect some of them to be declaring more than 10, because that will be, shall we say, a show of force in some of these situations. So Tom Tugendhat put out his thing, and I'll tell you this now. We might get a situation where he becomes like Rishi Sunak, of where he is the MP's pick, but the party really wants Kemi Badenoch. And when it gets to that, membership vote, then they vote for Kemi Badenoch. Remember, when this was supposedly the Rishi Johnson race that was going to take place, the MPs were terrified that they'd elect Boris Johnson again, or at least the membership would elect Boris Johnson again. So they all rallied around Rishi, realizing the absolutely disastrous look that would be if their membership voted back in Boris Johnson and that he was leader again. So I don't think this will happen this time, because I think the membership will lose their minds if that happens again, if they do not get a say in this leadership contest. That is absolutely for sure. And I will tell you now, the leadership, well, at least the membership, if you've seen the comments as we saw yesterday below the Daily Telegraph article, below the video announcement he put out on Twitter, no one wants him. No one wants him at all. And also calling to leave the European Court of Human Rights, which goes to show you, by the way, how far to the right the membership of the party has become. Just yet another problem that, future Conservative leaders have to try and solve. And it says a lot that if you even stand a chance of winning this, that someone like Tom Tugendhat, who said, no, we should not leave the European Court of Human Rights, has now backtracked on that completely to say, no, yes, we are going to leave the European Court of Human Rights. Like that is an absolute, cast iron guarantee. Says a lot, really, where the party is. A lot where the party is at the moment. And then, of course, we've got Generic Jerrick. And that's Robert Jenrick. Honestly, I don't know what even to say about his pitch, because it is just so boring, so generic. It's what you would expect. It's kind of sort of the right wing line on some of this stuff, and that's it. He's just generic Jerrick. He's boring. He ain't gonna win it. I'll be very if Robert Jenrick does actually become leader, I will be incredibly shocked. I will be incredibly shocked if he somehow manages to win this. But he ain't gonna win it. And then, of course, we have our fourth person who declared just this morning, a guy called Mel Stride. Now, you may remember him. This was seemingly the only Conservative who was willing to come out and do interviews on the BBC. Like, he was the only one who was coming out during the general election to do this. And Mel Stride's pitch is, again, he's coming out to be the unity candidate, but so is Tom Tugendhat, so is James Cleverly. Even Generic Jerrick is coming out saying, I'm the unity candidate. Yeah, Mel Stride's pitch is just so weird. So this is his what he's had to say about this. He said, people are not going to vote for a party that is at each other's throats all the time. I am respected, I think. Wow. I think I'm respected. Yeah. If you have to say I am respected, I think, then you might not be as respected as you think you are, Mel. Sorry. Anyway, I am respected, I think, right across the parliamentary party. I was the chair of the Treasury Select Committee and the leader of the House of Commons. All these things are roles about bringing people together. He also said that the Conservatives need to recognise that the party He needs to reorganize the party into a fighting machine, saying we've got elections coming up next year for county councils and so on. So I think I'll be well placed to deliver that kind of change as well. Again, it's a unity pitch, and it's far too fractional. It is far too fractional. Mel Stride is not going to succeed in this. It is too much unity. And bear in mind, we've now got the other two. And of course, you might be expecting, well, where's Kemi Badenoch? I'm quite shocked she hasn't declared as well. She might do by the time this video goes out this evening. She might maybe even wait until Monday morning. Who knows? Maybe she'll declare over the weekend. But that is someone I absolutely expect. I will be shocked. I will be very, very shocked if we do not see Kemi Badenoch in this race. I will be very, very shocked. Unless she's got some sort of plan that, you know, let the centrist wets go in, lose, and then she can ride to victory in the next, you know, leadership contest. Maybe that's her plan. Who knows? The other person that's now being rumored as well, Priti Patel. So I did say we would have a literally who, and it is looking like Mel Stride is the literally who in this contest. Although, you know, many people, like, again, I think would know him. Like I say, he was the only Conservative that seemed very willing to come out in front of the camera during the general elections. But yeah, this unity pitch. Well, okay, how actually are you going to unite the party? Just saying, you know, I think I'm respected, I think, doesn't sound a very good pitch. Does not sound a very good pitch at all. But there you go. That is the current standing in the Conservatives, in the Conservative Civil War. So far, we've got 4. We are possibly, definitely expecting another 1, maybe even another 2. We might also get a literally who again from this. We'll find out. But like I say, the rest of the day, very likely we might see someone else announcing. Like I say, at the time I'm doing this, it is just gone 11 o'clock. So maybe we'll have someone else announce after then. But of course, as always, we'll be following who announces and who does what. And then, of course, on Monday, we will be doing, well, Tuesday probably, you know, who's who, who's what, who's been supported, who has a chance of going further. And of course, probably ultimately, if Kemi Badenoch does stand, I can highly see her, shall we say, starting to take pot shots at her fellow candidates. Maybe that's why she was going to wait till the last minute. Maybe she'll wait until Monday morning to announce. But also, a lot of MPs keeping their choices very close to their chest. Normally, when people announce, you have a lot of people going out saying, well, I'm supporting Tom, I'm supporting Cleverly, I'm supporting Mel. Haven't had that. Haven't had that at all. It has been very, very difficult to say who's supporting who. Oh, and Victoria Atkins, by the way, has come out and announced she will not be standing. She was one of course, the rumored ones to be in this competition as well. She came out last night and said she wasn't standing. So we ain't expecting to see her this time around. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But oh my. Interesting times, certainly. I do hope Kemi Badenoch goes in, because if it is just these 4, it might be a very boring contest. But who knows? Like I say, let me know what you think down below. And of course, as always, do remember to click on the like, the share button, and of course, down below, there's the Patreon page, there's the Buy Me Coffee link where you can well buy me coffee, the YouTube thank you button, and of course, as always, there's the Pony Club down below. So until then, we'll see you all next time.